dramatic breakups and these texts and these essays and this, like all that. And then there was just a point where like I typed out this whole thing and it was like, this is really poetic.
Hello people, I am RJ Praveer and today I am with the amazing Qaran with us. Thank you Qaran for doing this, and we are meeting after
the pandemic, man.
After
it's
the pandemic.
Long time coming, but I miss being here with you, man. It's always a tradition.
Yes, absolutely. But the latest release, Ooo Ooo. What a song.
Thanks, man.
Tell me about the song. How did the song come about?
It was just a fun song that like I remember waking up in a really good mood. And you have to be in a good mood for a grown-ass man to be like, ooh, ooh, right? but yeah, I was just in a really good mood, man. And it just kind of all came in one go. It was very, very organic. We all need a song that just puts a smile on our face. That isn't too serious, that's just fun.
Tell me your experience working with Ileana D'Cruz. I mean, she is so gorgeous, so beautiful. Yeah. And the two of you look great in the music video. So what was the experience?
As far as looks is concerned, she was pulling most of the weight. but she was,
come on.
But she was awesome to work with, man. She was really, really fun. Like, you can always tell what the vibe with someone's gonna be within the first 5 seconds of meeting them. Like when I met you for the first time, I was just like, yo, this is a cool dude, right? But it was the same thing with her. Like we met and there wasn't any awkwardness, there wasn't any, hesitation. We just really vibed and we were laughing. Like the BTS is like as entertaining as the video because, and you could make a whole separate video out of the BTS because we just had laughs. It was a great time, and she's exceptionally talented. So.
Right. What else inspired you to, create that tune, create that beat, and everything?
Like I said, see, it's a fun song, but there is lyrical depth to it. And the song is essentially, when you break it down lyrically, we look for ourselves in the people we're attracted to, I think when we find someone that laughs like us, that shares our sense of humor, that, talks like us, that has these like super subtle little things, it's almost like looking into a mirror. Hence the line, Aine ki jaisi tu.
I have to talk about your hair, which I think it really looks good on you. And like we were just talking before, that it can go terribly wrong because it's a bold decision for a bloke to have curls, right? So
I would love to say like, oh, we thought about this and we were like, let's go full Whoopi Goldberg on this video. But it was really just a really last minute thing. So I remember we got on set, my hairstylist and my makeup artist, they just looked at me. And there's always this moment where it's like, all right, like what do we do with this, right? And I remember the guy just going, the hairstylist, he was just like, why don't we try some curls? And I was like, oh, my mom's gonna be so mad. She's gonna be so angry. And then he started doing it and I was just like, ooh, this is kind of saucy. Then when I walked out into the sun to see how people would react, I was nervous. And then people were like, ooh, this is really cool. I was like, yeah, it's kind of nice, right? And then every time I would turn my head, the hair would kind of move with it. It was fun, man. And it just, it's that thing. I'm sure actors have said this before, that when you have a really different look, it helps you get into that character.
Character as well.
And it really does. This is the first time where I really, really understood what they meant by that.
I know that most of your songs have happened in like the most weird situation.
Yeah.
Like right from your first mega hit, Tarifa.
Yeah.
There's a very interesting story about that you want to share with your fans, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a personal story that's become very public, which is that I was in a relationship. It was my first relationship in India, and I was going through a breakup, and I was on a plane. And when it's like a dramatic breakup, so these texts and these essays and this, like all that. And then there was just a point where like I typed out this whole thing and it was like, this is really poetic. And I remember just like, I paused the whole situation in my mind. I went to the bathroom and I was just like, I can kind of sing this, and I recorded on my phone. And that was the tune and the general essence of, of Tarifa. So
every time that we meet, we always jam.
Yeah.
And I have seen him rap, Okay, is there a rap hip hop vibe wala gana coming anytime future?
It's in the works. It's in
Okay.
the works. So I've been speaking to a lot of other hip hop artists working on those collabs. I was in the studio with 47 recently.
All right.
We did something. But I'm just trying to package it, get it right, you know, because it's a change. Because I've been doing a lot of pop stuff,
Right.
you know. So suddenly going into hip hop, I think you have to just tailor it just correct. So I'm just waiting for that process to happen. But when it does, I hope it has as much impact as, you know, my other like big songs.
I mean, I know that it's gonna be amazing because I have seen you rap, and I think,
Thanks.
I mean, boy, you can rap definitely. Tell me, as an artist, have you seen any change in yourself in these past 2 years?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I mean, I've always had a thing, I think we've discussed it, which is like a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 sound. But the thing is, what we don't really take into account is how much we grow as people. And throughout the pandemic, I don't think I've met anyone that hasn't grown as a person. You know, I've seen you grow yourself in the last couple of years, you know. So I think that naturally gets channeled in your music, and the maturity of the music, all those kind of things, it affects that as well. So definitely, I've seen it, and I've seen it how it affects my music as well. I think the last 2 years have made us all a lot more introspective as people.
Amazing. And tell me about your future music. I mean, we spoke about rap, hip hop vibe. What other vibes are you planning to bring for the audience?
Man, so this year going forward after this it's a year of risks, because there's a lot of new sounds that I've been curating and really trying to push things ahead, push the boundaries even more so than I have in the past. So it's a risk that I'm really excited to take, and that's probably the key thing. I'm just really looking forward to trying a few things, you know. Apart from that, there's some really cool film stuff that's happening as well. Those I'm 100% sure is going to make a lot of impact, but a lot of stuff which maybe I wasn't able to release before, I'm looking forward to release that this
So
year.
do you have like a big song bank which is like ready?
Over the pandemic, I made a lot of music,
Right.
Out of that, I've filtered them down to the ones which I think is my best work, and that's always what I'll try and put out. For example, Ooo Ooo was a song where I think 2 months or just a couple of months after I made it, we shot the video. It was like a very, very quick process, whereas a song like Highway, I remember playing it to Sony in 2016, came out 2019.
Oh my God, that's a long time.
Yeah, so I mean, every song has its own journey,
Right.
you know?
At Mirchi Indies, we don't believe in rapid fire rounds because we are cool. But we do have something called do's and don'ts. You have to be very, very blunt, brutal, and honest with these answers. So things you do and things you don't. Okay.
Alright.
So here we go. One thing you do to find creative inspiration.
Coffee.
One thing you don't do after recording a song.
Listen to it. I always give it the night. No, I give it the night because when you hear it right after, you're very overly critical about it. You get a better perspective the next day of the video.
Amazing. One thing you don't do in your studio.
I don't eat. My studio is like a temple. So people don't walk in with shoes, people don't eat, people don't smoke, people don't drink. It's a sacred space.
Amazing. Okay. One thing you don't do after reading comments on YouTube on one of your music videos.
One thing I don't do,
Yeah.
I don't reply to them.
Okay. One thing you do when non-musical people give you musical advices, which in this industry happens a lot, by the way.
Yeah, it was funny that you asked this, because just the other day, right, somebody came up to me, and it was like a friend of mine that I know distantly, and they looked at me very intently. They were like, you know what? You need to make another song like Tarifa.
One thing you do when musical people give you advices, like music advices.
I say that's really good. You should do that in your next song.
One thing you do when your date keeps talking about the song you hate.
I asked for the check.
That's convenient. Okay. One thing you do when bad singers sing and asks your opinion.
I do. I put 2 thumbs up. I say, good job, good effort, and I think that the more you do this, the better it'll get. It's just, I get awkward just like this.
Oh my God, I think that's the do's and don'ts. And thank you, Qaran, for doing this. It's always been a pleasure.
Always.
And I'm hoping that we meet more often now, man.
Absolutely. Barring another pandemic, I'll be here every week.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Thank you so much, and thank you guys for watching this.